Hello, people. Welcome back to another episode of the Resident Evil Outbreak playthrough. So, the quality of the video might seem a bit different because I made a mistake yesterday and I recorded this with the streaming settings that I use when I stream, which are quite a bit lower than when I record because streaming is much more strenuous on the CPU, which I don't really have a gaming laptop. My laptop is like above average, but not quite good enough to like stream in like 1080p HD games, right? So when I stream, it's in relatively low quality, and I had those settings on when I recorded this, so it might have looked a little worse than it should have. But also, my I think it's called an AV to HDMI converter came today. Now I already had, I kind of had one, but it was like big, not big, but it was much bigger. Like the one I had before, I had to plug the AV cables into the PS2 and then plug those cables into the little box and then plug that into the TV, right? This one is just straight, you plug it in, it goes into the PS2 and you put the HDMI right into it, right? So one thing I've noticed is that it's like the picture quality is better and worse at the same time, right? Like it's like there seemed to be like some minor, I don't know, like fuzz or something, like, or distortion using the other one, and now that's gone. But now with this one, it's like the colors are off a little bit. But again, man, like I said before, we're just playing this by ear. Like, this is my first venture into recording and streaming PS2, so I hope you guys bear with me as we figure out how to get a consistent, solid quality for these playthroughs. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So we did Outbreak with Kevin, and we did Below Freezing Point with Alyssa, my favorite reporter gal. So we're doing the hospital scenario next, the Hive. I'm not using George. I can't. Oh god, so boring. Just real quick, because I'm not gonna be using George. I think I said it before, but like his main thing is that he can turn like herbs into different types of medicine. So he can take a healing herb and turn it into a antidote. Take a blue herb, turn it into a healing item, right? I mean, again, that I can see how that could be useful, because a lot of times you find like you might find a blue herb and you really don't need it, but if he can take it and turn it into a healing item. So don't get me wrong, it's like he has use, but. And I've actually heard like in like playing him together with other characters makes him stronger. Like, of course, meaning on net play, right? When you're playing with other humans, that with certain other characters, he actually can be very useful. But this is single play, and I don't really see it. I don't really see the appeal. So again, we're doing the hospital stage. I'm just trying to figure out who I want to use. We're gonna use Cindy. But before I get started, I'm gonna pull my codes up. Like I said before, I've already solved like all the puzzles in this game, and I wrote down the notes, so I won't have to like think about it again. So I'm just bringing it up real quick because there's a part with a pretty significant puzzle. But I'm gonna use Cindy because we're going to enjoy her Type C outfit. Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Okay.
That's exactly. I went through the trouble of unlocking it. We're gonna enjoy it. That's for damn sure. The hospital. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've watched quite a few horror movies. I feel like the hospital setting is kind of underdone. I think Halloween 2 was in the hospital. Don't get me wrong, there have been a couple, but I think that shit is really kind of underappreciated. Oh god, look at this. The Playboy Bunny Well, not Playboy. It's not specifically Playboy bunny. I don't even think they really invented that whole like bunny waitress outfit thing. I'm not sure. But here you go. So Cindy has this herb case. So look, right off the bat, you have 2 green herbs, 2 blue herbs, 2 red herbs, and you can combine them. Right now, I don't think there's a poison state in this particular stage. Hold up, you know what? Now that I think about it,
Jim, George.
if I give George this blue herb, will he automatically like convert it to a recovery item or keep it? Because there's no. Oh wow. Okay. That's the first cool thing I've ever seen George do. Wow. Because I don't think there's a poison state here, so there's no need for me to have these blue herbs.
George.
And I think they stack too. Well, they're supposed to. Whatever. Did he just use one? Oh no, he has T. Okay, so he combined it. Wow. Okay. I'll give George credit where credit is due. That was actually cool. The fact that he knew to go ahead and convert that into a recovery medicine.
I apologize if I surprised you. Please.
Now I wonder if he would have done that on a stage where you can get poison, because you can't get poison here.
Not an ideal place to take shelter. It's not as safe as it may look or sound. I myself have decided to get out of here.
I always feel like his voice didn't match his look. Like he looks Indian, and he sounds like a nerdy white dude.
Fine.
All right, here we go. This stage can be kind of tricky. So this stage has the classic like Resident Evil unkillable pursuer enemy, right? Called the Leech Man. Now, you can kill him, but not until like towards like the end of the scenario. Depending on the order of things, the order in which you do things, of course. But
Let's just try to stay calm.
of course, you know the whole unkillable enemy thing started with Mr. X, I believe, and then they made pretty much a whole game about it with Resident Evil 3 with Nemesis. And so I've noticed just that it's kind of become like one of the staples of Resident Evil since then. You look at like Resident Evil 7 and the crazy mad family, and you know how you had to run from the dad. You couldn't kill him until like the big boss fight with him. It's kind of similar to that. And then Resident Evil Outbreak Foul 2, there's the Axeman, who's another unkillable enemy that pursues you throughout the stage. Or at least, you know, unkillable until like a certain point, right? Okay, this is... Whoa. Ah, fuck. Probably yellow caution already. He does a lot of damage, and she doesn't have a lot of health. I haven't quite figured out how to avoid him there efficiently. I have it down pat with David, because David can throw those wrenches, and those wrenches are amazing. Those wrenches are really something special. All right, let's get a move on.
What?
All right, let's go here.
Let's just try to stay
But yeah, that was the Leech Man. I can't kill him, but the way you deal with him, you find these blood packs throughout the stage, and if you place him on the floor, he'll ignore these survivors and go straight for the blood pack, and he'll just be gobbling it up for about, I think it distracts him for about 45 seconds or something like that, and allows you to kind of either get away or you know, solve or pick up whatever, like, you know, solve a puzzle or
I'm trying to figure out
input a code or pick up whatever you need to pick up in that particular area.
Entirely supplied by an auxiliary battery. See if this works.
You know he's about to die, right? He was pretty much put here to job to the Leech Man. The blood. Yeah, he's attracted to blood. But like I said before, this stage, you can't get poisoned in this stage. But I don't think you can. I'm trying to think. I think the boss might be. No, I don't think so. But the problem with this stage is the bleeding state. You can well, I think you can bleed on any stage, but I think you tend to go into bleeding state more often here
Kiss my ass.
than
bitch.
any other stage, pretty much. And that's the difficulty right there. Because when you're in the bleeding state, you can't move fast.
Dear God.
Okay. Oh boy. Great.
When does this end?
I'll take one blood pack. I'll take one. Just, I mean, look at just how stupid these goddamn NPCs are, bro. Like, he just sitting there taking shots, bro. Just accepting it, too. Like, let me just back you up, dog. That's so badass, like, her shooting with this goddamn outfit on. Alright, George. You alright? You straight, bro? Let's go. So the good thing about Cindy, because she has that herb case, she generally just doesn't have to carry healing items. Because she always, well, not always, but you know, you tend to have healing items with her. I'm gonna give these up really quick, by the way, but I want to go ahead and do something. So we're gonna go to the basement, first floor, so I can go ahead and insert these codes. Probably don't need to do it on normal, but on hard it's pretty much mandatory, because on hard it's much more likely that your partners are gonna die, right? Now in this stage, like I said, you can
Find it?
you can actually
Something?
you can actually kill the leech man. Oh shit.
Help me.
But you have to find, you have to do a couple things first before you can kill him.
Huh?
Let's see here. I can give this to George later. I'm gonna go ahead and just pop these damn things. I was gonna hit him.
Just had a thought.
Okay, place the blood pack. See, look, I'm placing it. Well, George is getting eating, by the way. Okay, let me put these codes in quick. 0930. That'll unlock the elevator access to the rooftop. 355. Okay. And you gotta make sure you get the right one too. What's this on the side here? See, look at him. He's completely distracted, but it doesn't last very long.
They're not stopping.
You got to get a move on. Come on, George. Take this real quick. Take it, please. But yeah, I was gonna mention though. Come on, George, dude. Take the guy. This is what I'm talking about. Like, and he just runs towards the. I swear, man, this game really takes the cake for some of the most retarded fucking AI you'll ever see in a game ever.
George!
Seriously, man. Like, the shit is just like. It's like you don't expect AI to to beat the game for you or anything, but just some of the dumb shit that they do is off the wall. It's off the wall. Oh, but I was trying to say though. Now, in this stage, you really want to make sure you keep your partner characters alive, because that's so cheap. But the good thing is you have invincibility frames when you go in and out of doors. So if you see a zombie like waiting for you at the door or whatever, just run past them. Don't try to hit him though. I wouldn't suggest that.
What's wrong?
because the iframes don't last that long, but they last just long enough for you to get like out of the way.
Hi!
The game really wouldn't have been fair otherwise. You think about it, if you didn't have those iframes, because a lot of times zombies would just be waiting for you at the door, and you can't, like, without those iframes, you just couldn't do anything. The only way is like if you had a shotgun or a weapon that could instantly like stun them enough to like just get them out the way. Otherwise, you would just get hit every time. So this is where you kill the leech man. Oh yeah, God, I keep forgetting to say though. The reason why you want to keep your partner characters alive in this particular stage is because oh shit, if they die, George, come on, get out of there. If one of your partner character dies in this stage, then they become a leech man, but you can't kill them. See, look, I'm killing the leech man now. Now I know it seems a little early, but that's because I already have the codes written down. Normally you would have to find like the memos in like this, I think the second and first floor or something, and figure out the code to get to the basement floor 2. But since I already have the codes, I can just go right down here and kill the leech man early. And that's a real good move because, you know, he's one of the biggest issues as far as like keeping your partner characters alive. He's easily one of the biggest problems, because he does a lot of damage, and your AI partners are dumb as fuck. Oh yeah, you gotta cool it off too. You can't just take the thing off of him. But I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna grab it yet. I'm not gonna grab it yet. So he has like a key card on him to, I believe, get out. Like he has a key card to get out of here, basically. But I'm gonna leave it there and just get it later, cause you know, I'm not trying to just like speed run this level. So we are going to explore it. Kind of have to really, cause I still got to get several things. Basically what I just did was kill the leech man early,
They're not stopping.
but I still got to do a couple things.
What's happening?
I still got to get like the key card for the basement floor 2. I mean the basement floor 1 door. And then I got to grab the key for the boat and all that. So we still got quite a bit to do. Again, having the code allows you to defeat the leech man early. And that's going to make your teammates last a lot longer in this world.
Damn you!
Which is good for everyone.
Tell me where the exit is.
Shoo!
I'm just beating the hell out of this guy. He didn't disappear, so I'm assuming that he's gonna just get back up later. Oh shit. Okay.
My life is shit.
I don't know what I should do.
Shoo!
So the key card that the leech man dropped allows you to go through here, and that allows you to get to the boat to get out. Basically,
What's happening?
that's the basic. That's basic. So you do have to kill the leech man at some point to get that key card. At some point, you are gonna have to take him out. So, you know, keep that in mind. The main thing is keeping your partner characters alive, because when they die, they become a leech man. So you'll have like 2 leech men pursuing you, basically. So just imagine that. Now I still gotta get a key card for that door. So we already been in there. We did everything in there. Let me see. I'm gonna take this out and give it to George. And then he can convert that into recovery medicine. Again, just helping him stay alive, because he doesn't have a weapon yet, and he ain't getting my crutches. The hospital doesn't have a lot of weapons from what I remember, and it makes sense because it's a hospital. But the thing about it, now this is kind of weird. This is weird. But if you use Cindy or Kevin, you can get an assault rifle from the police officer that is damn. I mean, this is just I'm killing it. I can't even lie. I know this looks crazy, but I'm gonna just go ahead and use this first aid spray. I know. I'm gonna just go ahead and use it.
Hey!
Cause we're basically doing fantastic. We got
Did you find something?
we're doing fantastic because we got the leech man out of the way so early.
Hi!
You know, I feel a little better if Jim was around, but yeah. But yeah, your partner characters, they'll turn the leech man, except you can't kill them. And if you haven't killed the leech man already, it just makes it so much more difficult. But yeah, it's what's strange is that if you use Kevin or Cindy and go to the rooftop, you can get an assault rifle, but anybody else can't do it. You have to be Kevin or Cindy to get the assault rifle from the police officer up here. I don't know why that is. I always thought that was weird. There are crows up here, by the way. My most hated enemy in the game, easily. So hard to hit him, man. Like, you know I'm not bullshitting when in the second game they intentionally made it easier for the player to oh shit. Okay. Oh shit. They intentionally made it easier for the player to shoot birds or flying enemies by giving you like a button to lock onto them. At least from what I heard, that's what they did. When you aim and press L1 in Outbreak File 2, I read that it basically makes you snap right to them to make it a lot easier to shoot them. But the fact that they acknowledged that and made it easier for the player, you know, I appreciate that, but two, it just shows like, you know, as gamers, we tend to get emotional sometimes when things don't go our way. And we can complain about shit when we really just suck. But sometimes games are just poorly designed. And I think that the birds in this game in particular, the flying animals and the flying enemies in this game in particular are just broken, really. And they acknowledged it. So there. Oh, great. A handgun and nobody's around. This hospital is kind of fun to explore when you don't have to worry about the leech man. Like, it's a cool vibe. It's a cool vibe, man. Cool vibes. So I'm kind of just taking my time right now because we don't have much to worry about. I just, like I said, I wish that the other guys were around because now I'm finding handguns and shit, you know. But yeah, the hospital doesn't have a lot of weapons. I think you find like 2 handguns, a burst handgun, and Kevin and Cindy can get the submachine gun from the guy up top. But that's about it. I think I'm gonna leave that first aid spray. I'd rather give one of them a gun if I can find them. That is. I think once you kill the leech man and shit, it seems like they tend to just stay down in the basement or something. Like they don't explore as much. I could be wrong, but I swear, like, I feel like I've experienced this before where I was like looking for them and they just wouldn't come. Okay. Oh shit, I dropped that bitch, whoever the fuck it was. One thing I noticed about this game too is that, of course, you know, the basic strategy in Resident Evil games, or you know, because of the fixed camera angles, is to aim check, right? The character automatically aims to an enemy when they see him, right? You do that, but I noticed like in this game, in scenario 4 in particular, like, that's like one of the worst areas in a Resident Evil game as far as like the fixed camera angles. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. Like, that is easily one of the worst examples of how fixed camera angles just screw the player? Or would it be the best example? Either way, you know what I'm saying. I swear, man, playing on normal is like, it's a breeze now. Cause I've been playing mostly on hard recently, and I know I said this last time, but it's, man, man, it's cause there was a time when I struggled quite a bit even on normal. But I believe like it's mostly just about knowing the do's and don'ts and having the codes already, you know, for certain things. That helps too. Because part of what pads out the scenarios is looking for the memos to get the codes and shit like that. And when you can avoid that, you know, that's obviously gonna be very convenient for you. Where do I gotta go? Is it the staff room? Okay. I'm gonna have to drop one of these guns. I really wanted to give one to one of my partners, but it's just not meant to be. Obviously, these guys are just determined to stay in that goddamn basement. So, here's the burst handgun, by the way. I think I'll take it. Yeah. Damn. I mean, I'm loaded up right now. The burst handgun is all right. So, the burst handgun is like, it's a handgun, but it shoots like 3 or 4 rounds at once. So it's good for now, you know, this is kind of crazy now that I think about it, but obviously the burst handgun is good for dealing damage quickly to enemies. But what I noticed is that the only place I ever found a burst handgun was in this stage. Like, I don't know if it's anywhere else. I could be wrong, but I think the place where you really need the burst handgun is going to be like scenario 4 and 5 maybe. Because here's the thing, and particularly on hard, you know, and I noticed that when I played this stage on hard, I didn't find the burst handgun. But that's when you would really actually need it on hard. That's the crazy thing about it. Like, that's when you would really need the burst handgun. Because the thing is, here's the thing about hard, right? And this is part of what makes it difficult, is that when you play on hard, now, like I said before, the standard handgun is going to be the weapon that you have access to most often, as far as like a firearm, right? And on normal, and of course easy, it's good for like dropping enemies relatively quickly, right? Whoa, shit. Doesn't take long to drop a zombie with a handgun on normal. Maybe like 3 or 4 shots. I think, yeah, like roughly about 3 or 4. Like on average, it takes about 3 or 4 shots to drop a zombie with the handgun. Burst, baby. That's that burst. Finish the bitch off. Cause I don't like her. She probably, oh, she ain't dead. There you go. Now she dead. Let me get this too. But on normal, it takes about, I say roughly 3 or 4 shots. 3 or 4 shots to drop the standard zombie. Here's the key card I needed. Whoa. 3 or 4 shots. Okay, now that's solid, right? As far as like, because obviously when a zombie shows up and he's coming towards you, you want to drop him as quickly as possible. Now, part of what makes hard difficult is the fact that it takes like 5 or 6 shots to actually drop a zombie. And not only that, they don't get stunned by the handgun as much as they do. Oh shit. Oh boy. They don't get stunned by the handgun as much as they do on easier difficulties. So basically, like, okay, let's say I'm right here, right? I'm standing right here, and the zombie is like roughly right here. Now, normally that's game over for that zombie, right? On normal, that's it. And I have a handgun, right? Not a burst handgun, regular handgun. That's it. By the time he even gets close to me, I've already dropped him. The problem with playing on hard is that you could be at the end of that hall there, and the zombie could be right here, and you're just shooting him consistently, and he'll still make it to you to do like some damage. Either like they'll do like the lunge attack, or something. But they basically on hard, enemies can tank handgun shots very well. They can take about 5 or 6 before they even drop, and they don't get stunned as much. Like they'll do this thing where you shoot them, and like their shoulder will pop back, signifying that you did hit them, but like they'll still be coming forward, right? So you'll be shooting them, and they'll react to it while still moving forward. And so that becomes a big issue on hard, especially on the later scenarios, because when you're used to playing on normal, oh shit, he's coming. When you're used to playing on normal, it basically conditions you to think that as long as I have a certain amount of distance between me and the zombie, I can drop him with a handgun easily. Right, and so you become conditioned to wrongfully think that there's enough space between you and the zombie to where you're actually safe to just try to drop them with the handgun. Damn, that was just smooth, bitch. Yeah, quiet down. Let me give her one of these. Pop, pop. See, Cindy's a boss. Okay, let's go. But yeah, you have to be a lot more careful when you play on hard. But my whole point is that hard is when you would really need the burst handgun. Now, obviously, because it's hard, why would they give it to you, right? But then it's like, why would you give it to the player on normal, right? Because on normal, it's just overkill, right? Look at that. It's game over, right? I'm just saying, I think that just because, you know, you have a hard mode doesn't mean that you have to gimp the player like that much. I don't know, maybe make it a bit harder to find or something, but I think hard mode is when you would really need this shit. On normal, it's just. Now see, I know I look dumb there. I ran right into it, but it's because the reason. Who the fuck is that? Oh, that's one of my partners. But the reason why I ran into her like a dummy is because oh shit. Okay, like you know how the camera angle changes, right? Now when the camera angle changes, it's like it's kind of a, how do I say? It's kind of like it throws you off because okay, right now I know like if I want to move forward, I press up on the analog stick, but from this angle I will be pressing left, right? Now see, this is how it works. Now, even though the camera angle changes, you're supposed to keep your analog stick in the same direction if you want to keep going in the same direction, right? So I'm holding up. Well, okay, I kind of fucked up there with the angle, but basically, yeah, you're supposed to like, you're not supposed to adjust the analog stick when the camera angle changes. Oh god. I'm now just fucking it up. Damn. Maybe you are right here. Hold up. Okay. So basically, I was like moving forward, but it changed and it made me basically like run, like I tried to make an adjustment and the adjustment actually made me run right into her. That's basically what happened. Look, if I do something stupid, I'll let it rock. But I just want you guys to know when it's the game mechanics kind of working against me there. But I'm sure anybody who's played these games knows what I'm talking about as far as like how it fits camera angles, and because again, as the angle changes, right, the direction you're supposed to go to do certain things changes as well. Well, actually, it's like the way it works is when it changes, as long as you hold exactly what you were like the direction you were holding before it changes, you'll still go in the same direction. But what throws you off is that as it changes, you automatically just feel like and think that you have to adjust, and a lot of times you don't. And when you make that adjustment, you actually like go off course a bit. That's basically what happens a lot of times in this game. Like just for example again, all right, I'm moving down, right? Now watch how the camera angle changes. Like I never make an adjustment on my analog stick. I'm going down. You see how I go in the same direction, right? But now to go in that same direction, I have to go left. See, I'm pressing left on the analog stick now. See, to go this way. Think about it. I'm going down and I'm going that way. Now I'm going down and I'm going down. See, that's what throws you off. And so when it changes, you know, you kind of have a tendency to try to adjust with the camera angle, but you don't really have to. But as long as I played this game, I should, you know, I should have it down packed by now. But it's still a doozy. It's still a doozy. You know, that's the thing about the classic survival horror game formula, though, that kicked off with Resident Evil 1, and some would say goes all the way back to Alone in the Dark, but Resident Evil 1 really perfected it. It's that part of the aesthetic of it is kind of like these flawed game design choices, like the fixed camera angles, pre-rendered backgrounds. Of course, now, you know, this game doesn't have pre-rendered backgrounds. This is all, I believe this is all 3D. Like, this is a 3D environment. Like this is all like 3D model shit. This isn't like pre-rendered stuff. You know, tank controls and all that, limiting the player's mobility. You know, all of those things created a unique vibe, a unique feel that in a lot of ways worked for the genre, because like tank controls, for example, you know, you have limited mobility, right? When you see a zombie coming towards you, you know, you gotta like of course they have quick turn now, right? Shit like that, but and then, you know, you have like special actions like these, like the duck and whatnot. But it's like you don't have like a fucking Devil May Cry roll or something like that, right? A lot of times you get caught simply because your character doesn't have a lot of mobility. If it was another game, it would have been trivial to just roll out of the way, but you can't do that in you know, a lot of these old school survival horror games. You can't just roll the fuck out the way and shit, you know. But it's interesting when you think about it, because it's like it's part of what makes these games special. It's part of what makes them appealing in a way. You know, when you've grown to love this genre, but at the same time, it's like a lot of it a lot of it is really like flawed game design,
Did you find
right?
something?
Especially like I think the worst one is definitely like the fixed camera angles because of just how your character can see in front of them, can see the threat clearly, but you can't. You know, like stuff like that is just, you know, you could never defend that in the modern era. Basically, you could never defend something like that. That's why you notice in like Resident Evil 2 remake, you know, obviously it's over the shoulder. Like they didn't go back to the tank control, well, like full tank controls and fixed camera angles. But again, it's like this is part of just what, like, I wouldn't take it away is what I'm saying, because it's part of what made these games special. It's part of what made these games unique, you know. So I wouldn't necessarily change it, but I would make some adjustments to make it fair. You know, one thing that I thought of, like I've said before, is like maybe have a button like a first, yeah, like it's very simple, like a first person view button, right? Where it's like, okay, I believe in this game L2 doesn't do anything. I'm gonna press it real quick to make sure. Yeah, L2 doesn't do anything. So why not have like a button, like use L2 where you can just go into first person view mode real quick. That way you don't have to do the aim check, which really looks silly, right? When you're like aiming at the wall and shit, trying to see if something is around it, is out of sight, right? Is out of your vision. Like right here, for example, I can't see what's in front of me. So what you do is you either walk slowly, but you still can like walk. She is so goddamn sexy. Look at them thighs. Okay, but look at them thighs though when she walks. She is thick. She is like, she ain't thick, but it's like she got that perfect body, that perfect feminine body. You know, narrow shoulders, baby birthing hips. Oh god. But I digress. So like right here, right? Okay, so I can't see in front of me. I could run right into an enemy. Now, the way you deal with that is you aim check, right? You look like behind you or like where you can see clearly, aim, and they'll snap to the enemy if there's one out of your, you know, if there's one close to you, right? What I would do, okay, that's one thing. But again, what I would do is just put a first person view button in the game. You press L2 and then you can just look around, right? And I've seen games that had something like
They're
that.
not stopping.
Like I believe even in Code Veronica in like the bootleg mercenaries mode, like they like you can play it in like first person view, right? It feels terrible, but I guess it's just for the sake of having it, right? But and like when I say first person view, like not even like you can like move around, right? Like your character would have to be completely stationary, but you know you can just look around at the environment, right?
I just had a thought.
And because it's not pre-rendered backgrounds, I don't see why that would be an issue. I don't see why that would be an issue at all. I'm gonna go ahead and take this extra herb here. The boss of this stage is kind of funny because that's her regular outfit, by the way. She's a waitress, not a Playboy bunny. They have their regular outfits in the cutscenes. Okay, so let's go. Look at how stupid the NPCs are gonna be in this fight, though. But yeah, the boss in this stage is like a giant leech, and the interesting thing about him is like you can fight him straight up, and then they have like these valves you can shoot to do like extra big damage to him. But if you lure him all the way back to where you got on the boat, all you have to do is shoot that gasoline canister and it'll kill him instantly. My dumb ass probably would have stayed on that damn boat and just thought I'd just run through all that. I'd be like, brace yourself. Look at how dumb the NPCs are. You've already seen it with the last episode and, you know, that mutant boss, but I mean, they never cease to amaze me with their stupidity.
Did you find it? Let's just try to stay calm. Please
Okay, at least now they're running away. Normally they would just run right to him, like Jim is doing now. Look at him. And I'm telling them to come here.
Come on. Here. Come on.
This is one stage where I rarely. This is one stage where I rarely get to make it to the end with survivors, like other than myself, right?
Here.
So this isn't a good stage to get points for me. I'm just gonna try to lure him to the end of the stage. Oh shit! I tried to do the. I ran right into the poison too. My dumb ass. Okay. Look at him! Look at them damn fools, bruh. Oh fuck. I'm talking shit. Come on, Jim.
help! Please help!
Oh my god. Did you find it? Come on.
Damn, that thing got range, boy. Look at him. That's it. Like, that's it. Look, come on now. You gonna try to tackle this guy. Good luck. Meanwhile, I'm doing fantastic.
Help! Help me!
Okay.
No! Shit! Come on, is anyone there? What? Help me, please! Damn you!
Don't say I never did anything for you. I got right in his face, dude.
I just had a thought.
Let's just try to stay calm.
I think there was one time when I didn't really understand like how to beat this boss. And I managed to lure him all the way to the end of the stage, right? But I was out of ammo, so I couldn't shoot the gasoline canister. Oh yeah, look. He's turning to the leech man. But the thing about it, once you go to the basement where the boat is at and you're fighting the boss, they can't get down here. So essentially, like, once you get to the boss fight, them dying and turning into the leech man is no longer an issue, because the leech man is not capable of coming down here. So basically, like, they're teleported out of the fight arena and into the hospital, like the main hospital area. I'm trying to. The trouble with him is, like, you gotta lure him down, but it's dangerous because, you know, he can just, you get close to him and he'll tackle the shit out of you, and then he has that attack there. You know, you gotta be careful trying to lure him in, basically. And then he has that long range attack right there. And you got to make sure you don't run into it, because there's still active damage. There's still active damage frames when it's lingering in the water like that. So, oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. I almost fucked up there. I almost fucked up there too. Let me get the fuck out of here. Yeah, the thing is, Cindy doesn't have a lot of HP, so you can't cut it close like I just did there. As far as like trying to like wait until you're like in orange caution before you heal and shit like that. Yeah, it's really that simple. It's really that simple. You lure him out here and you can defeat him just like that. But of course, that's not the only way to defeat him. I saw Carcinogen, the way he did it, he used Kevin and he saved his special handgun bullets for this boss. And he basically just, I think he killed him in like 7 shots with Kevin's powerful handgun, and he just used the charged up powerful shot each time, and he did it perfectly. So, you know, you don't have to fight, you don't have to beat him that way by luring him out like that. It's a lot more time consuming, and of course, it pretty much ensures that your partner characters are gonna die. But that's my preferred way of doing it, to be honest. I'd rather just lure him out. The main thing is having enough HP so that you can get hit a couple times luring him out in the first place.
If this is a sewer, then I should be able to follow it to the city limits. I'll keep walking, just focused on that hopeful thought. Otherwise, I'll probably be consumed by fear. I should go one step at a time.
One thing I noticed too about this game is like all the bosses, like there are easy ways to defeat them. Even the last boss. Every boss, cause all right, the first stage, the last event is the zombie horde, right? Not quite a boss, but you know, it's like okay, a bunch of zombies, right? Okay. But all you have to do is, you know, put the bomb together and press the button, right? Second stage, the mutant. And you can use a combination of the chemical, the yellow chemicals, and the train, or just use the train. Of course, using the train is more difficult because you gotta lure him out and then hit him with it multiple times if you don't have ammo and shit. And with the leech, lure him out, blow him up with the gas canister. And I believe the fourth boss is like the only one where it's not like some type of like one shot kill thing. Or no, because with the fourth one, the fourth boss, which we're gonna be going up against in the next scenario, Hellfire, is like this liquor hybrid mutant or something like that. And there's like a button you can press that makes a lot of noise that distracts them, so you can like get easy shots in. And then the fifth boss, the final boss, the final boss for the fifth scenario, you can create this like daylight serum, and if you hit them with it, it kills them instantly, right? So that, of course, that's what the fuck we're gonna do. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So hope you guys enjoyed that episode, and we'll be playing more Resident Evil Outbreak later. You know, one thing I noticed though is like, you know, I'm well versed in this game. Like I'm kind of breezing through it right now, and you know, the first 3 scenarios aren't that difficult. But let me tell you though, like, I do plan on doing a hard mode playthrough for the channel, and it's not gonna be as analytical as it is now, right? Where I'm just kind of explaining different things. It's gonna be me being upset and fucking up. That, like, I consider that to be like the real Resident Evil Outbreak playthrough. When I play on hard, that's when you're gonna really see something. This is right now we're just kind of cruising through, having fun, enjoying the game, nerding out. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll be back later.